You know what they say, out with the old and in with the new. Applies to Congress, too. In 2011, the Republicans are taking over the House, and there's some new power players that are emerging. Joining me now, Jane Hamsher. She's the founder of FireDogLake.com, and Matt Lewis, blogger and columnist for PoliticsDaily.com. All right, great to see both of you. This is the fun part, talking about 2011. And Jane, who are you watching in 2011? Who do you think are going to be some big political names first?
Well, I think Jim DeMint is the one everybody sort of got their eye on. He very much led the rebellion in the Republican ranks, the Tea Partiers who, were elected in the House and the Senate. And it remains to be seen whether he's going to do something with that or not. I think we've got 31 freshmen, Tea Party freshmen in the House who came in anti-free trade. Korea free trade is going to come up, and so far DeMint has been a supporter of that, but he's got sort of DuPont in his district. So you could see some tension there. Absolutely.
He is going to be a big player, certainly, in the new Congress. And Matt, who are your players in 2011?
Yeah, well, I think there are a few. One, Marco Rubio, the senator-elect from Florida. I think someone definitely to keep an eye on. And the guy's like incredibly charismatic, incredibly smart, possibly someone who could bridge the gap between the sort of DeMint wing of the Republicans in the Senate and the establishment. And keep an eye on him, too, as a potential vice presidential pick. I think that he's definitely on the short list for that. So Rubio, don't forget about Tim Pawlenty, the governor of Minnesota, oftentimes overshadowed, but he has a tremendous organization. He's going to give it a real run. I think 99.99% likely he'll run for president. No big secret there.
Yeah, he's got a book coming out, so he's really going to be out there. But why do you think he'll actually finally break through and make headlines in the new year?
Well, I think part of it is if you look, and it's sort of inside baseball, but if you look at the team that he's built, the advisors he has, and the outreach as a conservative blogger slash writer, I've seen some of the people that were very instrumental in helping John McCain really break through to the conservative blogosphere. And people wouldn't have thought, McCain is always thought of as being maybe a liberal Republican. A lot of conservatives didn't trust him. He actually did very well with conservative bloggers. A lot of it has to do with the infrastructure and the organization. The other guy, to keep an eye on, though, is Newt Gingrich, because he has ideas. And, at the end of the day, politics, we can talk about all this stuff, but ideas matter. Nobody on the Republican side has better or bigger or more creative ideas than Newt.
It certainly would be great if Newt ran, because he is, as you say, a man of ideas, and he would be great to have in the debates, because we're going to see a lot of these Republican debates. Jane, let me ask you about President Obama, though, in 2011. Are we going to see President Obama the compromiser, the pragmatist, kind of what we saw in the lame duck session, or do you think he becomes sort of the fighter in 2011, sort of brandishing these Republicans on the House side as obstructionists or blocking his agenda? Which tack do you think he takes?
I think you'll see Barack Obama, the 2012 candidate.
Yeah.
And I think he has to bring together the sort of Democratic base behind him again, as well as, try and get independents on his side. So he's got sort of a balancing act there. But, another person I think to watch is Gary Johnson, because you've got Gary Johnson, who is going to be running for president in the Republican side as an anti-war candidate. Ron Paul has said that he will endorse him, and you could see him trying to peel off a lot of the president's
And just because people don't remember Gary Johnson, explain who he is and why he made sort of a lot of headlines.
Gary Johnson is the former governor of New Mexico. He's a Republican, very strong libertarian, pro-marijuana, and really appeals to the Ron Paul Tea Party libertarian streak of the Republican Party, who are less concerned with social issues and more concerned with, fiscal liberties.
Let's talk about